for the Athletics. The Airs came back to haunt the green and gold, and after a ninth-inning failed comeback, it was one of those games that could have easily been won as the 4-2 loss snapped the A's 4-game win streak. Today, it's Jesse Chavez to the hill. Jesse has been on a roll as of late. He has allowed only 5 earned runs over his past 4 starts, and most notably, he's coming off 8 shutout innings versus the Yankees at home in his last start. Chavez and the A's take on the Red Sox next. Afternoon baseball, and we're at Fenway Park in downtown Boston. It's game 2 of this 3-game series, and Jesse Chavez, boy, has he been good lately. He's going to get the baseball, and the A's will try to start a new win streak this afternoon. It's game 2, A's Red Sox, coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Hey again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Jesse Chavez has been as good as anybody on this A's staff. And remember, Sonny Gray's on this A's staff, but he's been great. He's got the 4th best ERA in the American League, Ray.
You know, he works quickly, which is great for all of us. But the thing about him is last start, which we're going to show you against the Yankees. Remember the game that he pitched 8 innings? He got 3-run support, which was like his 30. He threw 42 pitches in the first 2 innings. The great thing about Jesse Chavez, he can figure out things that he's not doing correctly. How about after the first 2 innings, he figured it out. He went the next 6 innings, threw just over 100 pitches. Did a tremendous job using fastballs both sides of the plate. He's got a cut fastball, screwball type of a changeup. All great things. He works quickly. Everything good about Jesse Chavez.
All right, and the A's will face a hard-throwing right-hander, Joe Kelly. He's got one of the best fastballs in all of baseball. So let's see if the A's can start a new winning streak this afternoon here at Fenway Park. When we come back, we'll have lineups. And first pitch, it's the A's and the Red Sox coming up.
California is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the new black pepper cheeseburger today, only at Jack in the Box. And by Toyota, the full-time automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Beautiful look at Fenway Park in Boston, high atop. Very old but yet awesome ballpark. We're glad to be here. Game 2 of the 3-game series. A's will try to bounce back from a 4-2 loss last night. Game time weather for today presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. 64 degrees and a little bit breezy today here at the ballpark. So lots of cloud cover. In fact, some dark clouds overhead, but doesn't necessarily look like rain clouds, so we should be all right. And let's look at the lineup this afternoon for your Oakland A's. It starts with Billy Burns in center, then Zobrist in left, Stephen Vogt back in there. He'll catch and hit third. Butler is the DH. Reddick hits fifth and right field. Simeon in the sixth spot today. He'll play shortstop. Max Muncy is going to give Laurie a day off. Muncy will play third, then Canna at first and Sogard at second.
And it will be Joe Kelly from the Cardinals on the mound for the Boston Red Sox. Hard to believe that as he makes his 11th start, his numbers being not that great here at his home park at Fenway, as we will talk about throughout this game. But a good fastball, good line fastball, good sinker, and kind of on the bubble a little bit as a lot of things happen with the Red Sox in the rotation. But his numbers at home have not been good. As a matter of fact, his overall record has not been good in about the last 9 starts.
Yeah, he won his first start of the year
Okay.
and has not won since. 9 straight starts without a win for this guy who, well, he really throws hard. He's got a terrific fastball.
Yeah, he'll top out about 97, 98 with the fastball, the 2 and 4 seam, curveball, slider, and changeup.
First pitch is chopped foul. So it was way back on April 11th when he beat the Yankees and pitched extremely well. But since then, 0-4, ERA 6.5. And this is a perfect example of a young pitcher who's got terrific stuff. And you may scratch your head a little bit saying, how can he have such a high ERA? But just has not quite put it all together yet. He's 25 years old. And the 0-2 pitch up and away. He's 6'1", 190 pounds, so not a real big guy. There's your umpires. The crew chief, Hunter Wendelstedt, will call balls and strikes. And be careful, Bob Davidson's at first.
That means he's behind the plate tomorrow. Can't wait for that.
1-2 pitch. There's that fastball up and away. So 2-2 the count to Burns.
Excuse me. I don't think those fastballs up in the zone are intentional. I think he's just airing it out and pushing the ball a little bit. And as a result, Billy Burns really has only seen 1 strike in this at bat.
That one bounced to third. Backhanded on a dive by Holt. Gets up and they throw out Billy Burns on a close play. So the ball game starts with a very fine play by Brock Holt at third.
And they're talking about Sandoval, the problems he's having at third base. And this young man, Holt, started last night, had a very good game. Sandoval off again this afternoon. And you have to wonder if Sandoval's there, if that's not a double for Billy Burns. Almost beat it out anyway, but an excellent play by Holt, taking at least a single away from Billy Burns. So Burns aggressive as always, and finally got a pitch that was a strike. Put it in play.
1 away for Zobrist. Fastball. Good pitch there on the outside corner from Kelly. Zobrist hitting .214. Couple of home runs. He was 0 for 3 with a walk last night. 4-2 was the final last night in favor of the Red Sox. So the A's come in with a 23-34 record. They're 1-3 against the Red Sox this year, and they're 14-17 on the road. So 11 games under 500. More action for Holt. He charges this one, straightens up, throws in time, 2 outs. Defensively for the Red Sox, Anthony Ramirez, who was the DH last night, is in left field today. Mookie Betts in center. Alejandro Diaz moves to right. And then Holt, Bogarts, Pedroia, and Napoli on the infield. And Swihart is again the catcher tonight. Or today, I should say. 4:05 first pitch. And Sandoval out of the lineup for the second day in a row. And it's like John Farrell just said, you know what? I want to give him more than 1 day off. I'll give him a couple days off.
So you're telling me he will not break Cal Ripken Jr.'s record?
Great numbers across the board for Stephen Vogt. 11 home runs, 39 RBIs. Ninth best batting average in the American League at 306.
And it took the third hitter for Joe Kelly to bring out the curveball. Rick Swihart, the catcher, again, young man who does a very good job, and a lot of credit that Miley gave him last night, as well as his manager John Farrell on the same page, pitcher and catcher last night.
Off-speed pitch, a good one there, and it's 1-2.
Now the curveball, one in the dirt, came right back with another one. He has to establish all of his pitches, and he does it with Stephen Vogt with a backdoor breaking ball.
1-2 pitches low. Kelly came over in the John Lackey trade. It was Kelly and Alan Craig. Remember Alan Craig?
Yeah.
A couple great years with the Cardinals. And looks like he may be a star, and he got traded over here because he was struggling with the Cardinals. And he's in the minor leagues, still struggling. That's a hard one to figure out.
It really is hard, and they're paying him a lot of money to play AAA baseball.
I mean, Alan Craig was, he was one of the really good young players just a couple years ago.
Yeah. An excellent right-handed batter. Seemed like he got a hit all the time with runners in scoring position.
3-2 to Stephen Vogt. And that one on the inside corner, strike 3 call. So good first inning for Joe Kelly. And it's time for Jesse Chavez to take them out. No score after a half an inning. Sox lineup as they come to bat here in the bottom of the first. Pedroia, Holt, Ramirez, David Ortiz back in there. He's in his normal cleanup spot. Then Napoli, Bogarts, Betts, Diaza, and Swihart.
Jesse Chavez, as we detailed in his last start Sunday against the Yankees, did an outstanding job. 8 innings, got a 3-run support. All 3 by his catcher Stephen Vogt, who's back behind the plate again today. Chavez last year started against the Red Sox, start number 15. 3 hits in 7 innings of work, and that was it. No runs, but picked up a no decision. He did walk 4. But for Jesse, he's going to be around the plate. He's going to work quickly, and that's usually what we expect to see out of him in a game that against the Red Sox, and that was at the Coliseum.
First pitch to a hot-hitting Dustin Pedroia. Pedroia was 3 for 4 in last night's game. He's got 11 hits in his last 21 at bat, so he's doing his part at the top of the order.
Yeah.
Since being moved to that leadoff spot, he's been red hot.
Jesse Hahn, Sonny Gray, a couple of the A's starters. Starting staff continues to pitch well. Scott Kazmir's first start last night. Pitched into the 5th inning.
Hot hitting Dustin Pedroia. Last 14 games, and that's that leadoff spot. He's batting .397 since moving into the leadoff spot. At Fenway this year, .366.
Well, he's your Ricky Henderson type leadoff hitter.
Yep.
He can't hit home runs. He steals some bases, not as many as Ricky, but he is good. Except for that swing.
Yeah, that's as bad of a swing as we've seen Pedroia take in a long time.
Well, he's aggressive, but that's ultra aggressive there on a pitch way out of the strike zone, almost to the point that Stephen Vogt had a tough time catching the ball. A hard slider just kept moving away, and that you talk about a chase pitch. There's your chase slider.
That's a chase pitch. Yeah.
He chased it so far, headed back towards the dugout.
So one away for Brock Holt. Brock Holt hurt the A's last night. He was 2 for 4. Had a double. Also had an RBI. 1-0 pitch is a strike on the outside corner. It looks like, and though it's very early, Hunter Wendelstedt has a pretty good sized strike zone, so pitchers will be happy.
You talk about a dinner reservation strike zone.
Yeah, that's right.
Missed one.
And that was a better pitch than the pitch right before that. We're just trying to figure you out, Hunter. Yeah. That's part of our job. Right?
That's it.
And that one hit to right, and that's going to be a base hit. So Holt with a 1-out single. A's defense looks like this. Zobrist, Burns, and Reddick left, center, and right. Muncy, Simeon, Sogard, Canna on the infield, and Stephen Vogt is your catcher. Now, we talk about the umpire in the strike zone, Ray, but I mean, I think you and I are on the same page where there's different things you look for early in a game that can affect the outcome of the game. Does the pitcher have good stuff? Does the other pitcher have good stuff? And what is the strike zone like? That can affect the game for the full 9 innings. And
pitchers, good pitchers, will scout the umpires as much as they will scout the opposing hitters. And, you know, they will look at the lineup of the umpires and find out. In the case of Jesse Chavez, knew that Hunter Wendelstedt was at first last night. He'd be behind the plate this afternoon. And the rotation. And you have a pretty good idea of mostly north and south, up and down as opposed to the outside. Low strike versus high strike. Nobody wants to pitch up in the strike zone, whether it's a strike or not, because that's usually a pitch that's going to be hit well.
So 0-1 to Hanley Ramirez. Blocked by Vogt. 1-1 the count. Hanley Ramirez is 2 feet out of the box. And now he'll step in just to make sure he's not in violation, but that's too late.
And that's still a violation. He's not in the batter's box.
Jesse Chavez, who is a rock and fire guy, he is ready to go. Hanley Ramirez extremely slow.
Now he's going to step out again.
Step all the way out again.
There you go through the routine. Well, I just hope somebody's watching.
Well, I mean, if that's what you're trying to do this year, then somebody needs to tell them. Get in there and hit. One pitch is a bit outside. 2-1.
You know, Wade Miley last night, and we saw how quickly. I mean, he looked at the clock on the board as soon as the last out's made. It starts winding down. He's got his head on the clock, and as soon as it got down to 20, he's ready to get a pitch, get a sign from his catcher and pitch. And when you have this delay, this is not Jesse Chavez. He's waiting, and really it's disrupting his flow and his concentration.
And now 3-1 as that one runs well inside. I mean, this at bat alone has completely stalled the game and the rhythm of the game. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And I was told by one of the local writers that the Red Sox.
That one's belted to center, and that one is gone. So Hanley Ramirez got a pitch he liked on 3-1 and belts it to straightaway center field to give the Red Sox a 2-0 lead. And Billy Burns went back, but he knew it was gone.
Well, Jesse will offer no excuses. He struggled in the first 2 innings in his last start, but I will say that as a rhythm pitcher, and Jesse Chavez having to wait, and so really the battle was won by Ramirez by taking the time that he did and broke really the concentration and the rhythm of Jesse Chavez. And then you have another one right now in David Ortiz, so it's going to back it up and do the same. That ball was crushed at a high fastball. Only the third home run, Calhoun and DeJesus, the only home runs given up by Jesse this year.
First pitch to Ortiz is a fastball low. So just the third home run allowed by Jesse Chavez in 60 innings of work. That's not very many. Took a little off there, 1-1. Ortiz 6 homers, 19 RBIs. Batting average just at 220. So really struggling. Struggling to the point where, just in talking to people here at Fenway Park, where there may be a little concern about David Ortiz, because he just has not looked like the David Ortiz you've come to expect. Fouls that one straight back. Had a good swing there, 1-2. Setting up outside, and the ball runs off the plate. Red Sox come in with a 25-31 record. They're 5.5 games behind the first place Yankees in the East. Tightly grouped AL East. And at the knees, and that's a good pitch, strike 3 called. David Ortiz will head back to the dugout.
Well, that's that lower part of the strike zone that David Ortiz did not like.
So 2 away for Napoli. Napoli 209, 9 homers, 23 RBIs. Off the plate. Napoli was 0 for 4 last night. Powerful Mike Napoli.
Give him a lot of credit because he had a huge contract and had a hip issue. Ended up getting a 1-year deal, but proved to be healthy. And probably the best thing for him was not catching anymore, just playing first base exclusively.
Then he came back and got a 2-year deal, and this is the second of the 2 years, so he'll be a free agent at the end of this year.
Yeah, the 1-year deal plus the 2 ends up getting more than he would have signed on the 3-year deal.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Remember with the Angels, he and Jeff Mathis platooned a little bit and went to Toronto and then Texas, and here with Boston, there's a cut fastball up and out of the strike zone that Jesse likes to throw, especially to the right-handers.
2-2. Foul back. Well, Napoli is 33 years old. And lots of power, and he'll have some suitors next year.
Well, he had some great postseasons with the Rangers, and ended up coming to the Red Sox and ended up winning a World Championship.
And that one right on the outside corner. Good pitch by Jesse Chavez, but damage done. Hanley Ramirez with his 13th home run of the year, a 2-run shot. 2-0 Red Sox.
MLB.com@bat, the #1 app for live baseball. @bat is up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcast, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com@bat for your smartphone or your tablet. Hunter Windelstadt is not wasting any time.
No.
He sees the clock on the board and says, let's go.
2-0 to Butler. Butler, Reddick, and Simeon. He's trailing 2-0. Handling Ramirez, a 2-run homer. Butler rolls at foul. Last night, the A's had 8 hits in the game. They had a double, a home run, and came close in the ninth.
Well, as we saw last night, the wall giveth and the wall taketh. And it might have helped the A's with one hit that was off the wall. It might have hurt them also with the ball Fegley hit. Fegley had so much concentration. I thought, as we talked about the guys back in the studio, that he didn't know where the ball was, didn't know how high it hit up on the wall. But had he known, it might have really been upset.
That one's driven to right center, hit well, but Mookie Betts gets back there and he makes the catch. Well, and the thing which made it a little hard to read too, watch the swing. He kind of went down and almost one-handed it.
Yeah, it was a splitter down, and he said he was just hoping to get it over his head, and that hit on that logo and maybe about 10 feet from being a 2-run home run to tie it. Mark Canha still say that the left fielder is able to play so shallow, and there's no reason to play deep anyway.
No.
And the Oz are able to play and cut off the ball that looked like it might have a chance to fall in front of it.
So here's Reddick hitting .293, 8 home runs, 32 RBIs. Reddick was 0 for 4 last night. Reddick, good swing there. Hits it high and foul.
Well, Josh's approach last night, it looked like again on this pitch from Kelly, and against Uehara last night, just ball kept running away from him, ended up popping up to third baseman in foul territory, but the ball right at the last instant, as he was ready to try to drive the ball to left field, just took off on him and ended up popping it up foul.
Strike call, low strike, and Reddick doesn't like it. So now the count 1-2.
Well, this is the look that Bob Millman had, and Reddick looked in the A's dugout towards that direction because they could see the height as well.
Reddick goes around. So that's a strikeout. So Reddick probably wasn't crazy about the low strike, and on the high strike, he just tried to hold up. He couldn't do it.
Well, Swihart did the high target and changed the eyesight. He just went too far. He knew it.
So that's 2 strikeouts for Joe Kelly, who's retired the first 5. First pitch to Simeon is low.
If you're pitching today's game with this strike zone, there's no reason to try to elevate anything, except in the case of Reddick, and try to go up and get him to chase a bad pitch.
So if you're out there pitching, Ray, and you notice in the first inning that you got a big strike zone, do you, or catcher as well, do you work off the plate a little bit?
Absolutely. You go as far as you can until the umpire either tells you or stops calling it. And no, if it's a good strike zone, and Carl Willis knows, as a veteran pitching coach that he is, as a pitcher himself, take advantage of it. Probably didn't like that hanging breaking
That was
ball.
a hanger. Simeon lines it to left for a hit.
Marcus Simeon's a good hitter, and one of the few breaking balls that Kelly has thrown today, mostly fastballs, and why not with the strike zone being what it is, but a hanger.
So a 2-out hit, first hit for the A's. Here's Max Muncy.
You know, Kip, I'm going to mention a guy as a Hall of Famer and not put Max Muncy in that category, but Muncy's the type of hitter that waits, so maybe he could hit the ball like Wade Boggs did to the opposite field and take advantage of the Green Monster.
And he's got enough power to hit it off the wall.
That is so inviting, probably as much for left-handers as it is for right-handers, visitors anyway. Because if you're pitched away, Although it should be pitched inside to try to hit to 380 feet to right field, the deepest part.
Good pitch there, 0-2, 95 miles an hour, and there's some pretty good movement. So good movement, good velocity.
Well, he's had a couple of pitches to hit to left field. And maybe he's trying to take a good look at Joe Kelly. Remember, Max Muncy has not seen a lot of these pitchers. And video can only show so much until you get to the plate and actually see what they're doing.
Simeon inches off. And Muncy chased it. Looked like it was out of the strike zone, but a swinging strikeout. So Joe Kelly with 3 strikeouts in the first 2 innings. 2-0 Red Sox after an inning and a half. Jesse Chavez now has enough innings pitched to qualify for the ERA title, which means he qualifies to be in the top 5.
Yeah.
How about that? It's coming into today.
How about the A's?
A couple of Rays.
Rays in there, yeah. Jake Odorizzi was injured last night, had to leave the game in Seattle.
Yeah, the Rays are playing great, and they're getting great pitching. That one hit hard but foul.
Well, you think the Mariners aren't struggling last night? A leadoff triple, down by a run.
In the bottom of the 9th?
Bottom of the 9th, and could not score.
Huh. After giving up, Fernando Rodney gave up the home run in the top of the 9th to Logan Forsythe. Simeon reaches for it, can't get it. Bogarts with a leadoff single.
Fans, purchase a group of 25 or more in the field level on select games, and everyone in your group will receive an A's replica batting practice pullover. For more information on available games or to book your group jersey day outing, call 510-638-GO-A's, or you can visit athletics.com/jersey. That is always a good one, 25 or more. Hey, those same folks were there last night.
Yes, they were. They're good A's fans.
Well, somewhere throughout, there's a lot of Venditti fans, too. A lot of family and friends.
That's right.
That said, his family got in at 11:30 yesterday morning. He didn't arrive till game time. Mickey Morabito's very happy yesterday, and Thursday night's over.
Want to know to Mookie Betts.
This game very similar, unfortunately, in one respect. Yankees didn't score against Jesse Chavez in those first 2 innings last Sunday, but a lot of pitches in the first inning today, as was the case last Sunday, settled down after the first 2 innings, did not give up a run. But today, the 2-run home run in the first inning has hurt.
One and one to Betts with Alejandro Diaz in the on-deck circle. Good swing by Betts. Betts hitting .243, 5 home runs, 25 RBIs. He got off to such a great start this year. He's cooled off some. A's fans sporting a Ray Fosse gold pullover A's top.
That's right.
High foul ball right side again.
Well, those gold jerseys stand out like Green Monster, don't they?
Yeah, I'm going to check him out in my binocular. There he is. He's in the back row. And he's talking to a Red Sox fan.
You cannot miss him.
That's very
the
true.
Gold amongst all the green, the red, and there's another one to the left. Different type of gold, but
I would love to hear that conversation between an A's fan and a couple of Red Sox fans. One-two pitch inside, 2-2. So 32 pitches already for Jesse Chavez.
Yeah, 24 of those in the first inning, so that's unfortunately similar to last Sunday.
It'll pop up. It's going to be Sogard who goes out just a little bit into short right field, and he grabs it.
I hope his hand's okay after getting hit last night.
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. We think he'll be all right.
And whenever they give out the Academy Awards, he'll be right at the top of the list.
That's all we're going to say.
Yeah, quick recovery for Sogi. It's good to see.
So with one away, here's Diaz. Diaz played left field last night. He's in right field today.
He's wearing his track shoes today. He didn't have to last night. Right field, you better be able to run, because it is huge. Betts in center, Diaz in right.
Just last night, Castillo played there. That one bounced into right field, a base hit. Bogarts will head to third, and it's first and third, one out. Canna made a dive for it, just could not get it.
Well, that's the hole between first and second. Any left-hander can do it. This location for Jesse is supposed to be outside, and you know, if it's outside where Stephen Vogt wanted it, it might have been a ground ball to the first, but when it came inside, it allowed Diaz to pull the ball past the diving Canna.
So here's the switch-hitting young catcher Blake Swihart. Chavez needs a ground ball right at an infielder. Runner goes. The ball's hit towards Sogard. Sogard flips to second, out there, back to first. Double play.
Beautiful. Wow, is that great.
The runner was going, Diaz, and the A's were still able to turn the double play. Nicely done by the Athletics and their middle infielders. Worth another look.
Sogard hit and run. This is what you try to do to score a run, stay out of a double play. But watch Eric Sogard. Ball hit right to him, flipped to second base. And at that point, you had to figure if not going to get two, at least we'll get one. So why not go to second at the beginning? And maybe just the ball almost hitting Diaz. He slowed down momentarily. Swihart could not beat it out. Excellent turn. A double play, a 4-6-3 on a double hit and run, something you rarely see, but the A's turned it perfectly.
And if you're the John Farrell, you send the runner, you just don't think that that's going to happen.
Exactly. And maybe Diaz saw that, really showed in the replay where the ball, he didn't want to be hit by the ball, so he hesitated just enough maybe that did not allow him to get safely into second base. Maybe that was just enough to do it. So a great idea by Sogard. He knew the hit and run was on, and I think at least he thought he was going to get even a 4-6-3 one out if they weren't able to turn two. Swihart hit it perfectly right to Sogard at second.
So 1-2 to Mark Canha. Canha hitting in the A spot. It'll be followed by Sogard and then Burns. Canha 230 with 6 home runs so far in the year, 21 RBIs. And an RBI hit last night.
He's getting more opportunities to play against right-handers. Smiley lefty last night, but day game after a night game, he gets the start against the right-hander in Joe Kelly.
Missed outside, 3-2. When you watch Kelly, he really pitches from the first base side of the rubber. He's about as far over as you can get when he actually squares up that foot. Napoli has it underhands, and that's the first down. Hey, if you're looking for the best coverage of Oakland A's baseball, log on to CSNCalifornia.com as our A's insider Joe Stiglitz provides wire-to-wire reporting of the A's 2015 season. He's got breaking news, video, special features, and more only on CSNCalifornia.com. So one out. Here's Eric Sogard. Got a final in from Toronto. The Blue Jays, for the second day in a row, beat the Astros 7-2. Blue Jays won last night 5-2. So the first place Astros have now lost 3 in a row. Still 11 games over 500 now at 34-23 with their loss today. Blue Jays starting to play better. They've won 4 in a row as they're trying to get to 500. They're now 27-30. There's a shot into center field, and Sogard has a hit.
Eric Sogard continues, and still say, Kyle, the injury to Ben Zobrist really kind of opened the door for Eric Sogard to get an extended playing time at second, and then when Zobrist came back, as he is now and healthy, Sogard remains at second, and Zobrist playing in left field. It's Coco crisp out, but I think it's more the play of Eric Sogard. We've known defensively, but he's swinging about well. He's not going to hit a lot of home runs, a couple maybe, but he will put the ball in play and make the defensive play as he did last inning.
So here's Burns, who hits one high and deep to left center field. Betts on the move, and it's off the wall. Here comes Sogard being waved home. He's going to score. Burns trying for third, and he's going to make it with a triple. Billy Burns off the Green Monster in left center field, and it's a 2-1 game.
Keiper was the first pitch.
Yep.
And Billy Burns, I think, fooled a lot of people. He pulled the home run in St. Petersburg. This is the fastball running away, and it just kept climbing up on the wall. And I think Billy maybe initially thought it's going to be caught by Betts. Then watch the carom awkwardly off the wall, and it took Ramirez coming over from left field. But it hits the out-of-town scoreboard, and as always, they turn on the afterburners. He's not even running hard yet, and then he sees it, and then he takes off. And this is all on him with the ball in front of him.
So Burns with the triple and an RBI. It's his third triple of the year. And for the A's, it's their 17th triple. And that ties them with the Tigers for the most in the American League. Infield in for the Red Sox. This one hit high, down the left field line, and it's into the seats.
Then amazing. You go through a lineup. Joe Kelly is just giving up nothing. He gives up a one-out single to Sogard, and then the leadoff hitter on the first pitch hits the ball off the monster.
Yep.
And Betts, of course, as all outfielders, are going to play Billy Burns shallow. I don't know if he's playing a little bit deeper. The ball really wasn't that high up on the out-of-town scoreboard, but playing shallow, just tough to get back.
0-2 pitch is hit hard. Napoli backhands on a nice play, and he steps on the bag. Burns holds. Well, Zobrist hit it right on the button, but Napoli just had a backhanded, and he made a nice play.
Well, you can see the kind of bunch to the right. Figured if he's going to pull the ball, it's going to be on the ground between first and second. That's where it was. Really infield in. When balls hit that hard, it has to be close to the fielder, and it was for Napoli to make the play.
So now the A's will need a 2-out hit as Vogt steps up. Everybody back to their normal depth. And Vogt hits one high and foul down the left field line.
Well, Stephen Vogt will remember this one for a long time as he was facing Joe Kelly, then the Cardinals, and that was in 13. Yeah, there's Adam Rosales. And first, it was the first hit, the first home run for Stephen Vogt. Remember, he was 0 for 33 in the big leagues between Tampa Bay and the Athletics, and that was his first hit, first home run.
And that's the only other time Kelly has faced the A's. June 28th of 2013. And that's it. He came on in relief. He pitched for a long time.
1 run. That was it.
Vogt hits one high down the right field line, and it's going to be just fouled. Diaz got close to catching it. And again, very little room between the foul line and then that sidewall.
Well, and also pesky pole just beyond that, and
dropped right into the first row.
When you take such a chance too as an outfielder running into the wall, getting the foot underneath. There's concrete underneath the padded wall.
So the count 1-2. Vogt struck out to end the first inning. And he chased in the dirt again. So the A's get a run on the Billy Burns triple. Knocks in Sogard. So bottom of the third coming up. Red Sox 2, A's 1.
Turn back the clock to 1965 on Saturday, June the 27th. The then Kansas City A's club featured Bert Campaneris and John Blue Moon Odom, who will both throw out the game's ceremonial first pitches. 20,000 fans receive a Charlie O throwback T-shirt presented by Ross, which depicts the iconic A's mule mascot from the 1960s and the 70s. The mule that got better treatment than the players.
Hard to figure out. Down the right field line, that could be trouble, and it is foul.
Wow.
You just never know what's going to happen down there with the very short, pesky pole. So a scary strike is basically what it is.
It's a great point. Scary strike, especially with it's about 290 feet, if that. It may be the same distance down the left field line. People are trying to mark it off. Not the true distance that it shows on the fence.
0-2 to Pedroia, who struck out in the first inning. Bottom of the third, Red Sox with a 2-1 lead.
And with the 4:05 local time start, you see the light standards. You're going to see a lot of shadows start to creep out over the field.
Shoots that one foul, does Pedroia. Well, that shadow of that light tower, which is right near the pitcher's mound, that could definitely affect the hitter's vision, because the ball basically goes from sunshine to shadow and then back out into sunshine again.
Exactly.
That makes it difficult. Perfect in shutdown innings this year is Jesse Chavez.
He was 5 for 5 last Sunday.
Again, Pedroia fouls it, reaches for it, stays alive.
Well, the sun here is in the right fielder's face, on the right side, and that will be there for a long time, considering the distance to the right field wall. Josh Reddick, though, has played here. He's familiar with that.
Sogard, quick throw to first, and they get Pedroia on a nice play by Sogard. In between innings, Dennis Eckersley in the house. He lives here, and they show some great highlights on the video board of his days with the Red Sox. He looks exactly the same as he did when he was playing.
Yeah, 1977, and he pitched the no-hitter.
It's always good to see him.
His brother got the hit to drive in the run.
That's right. 1-0 final. Listen to it on the radio.
But it's funny, they show Eck and all the highlights to number 43, which is the familiar number that he wore, and in the Hall of Fame. But every time I see the highlights of him pitching for the Red Sox, I'm thinking, where are the highlights when he beat the Red Sox in the League Championship Series? Because when the A's went to the World Series, it's playing the Red Sox and striking out Boggs to end one game. But they're going to show just the Red Sox highlights, which they should here at Fenway. Kind of shocked the world when he, of course, left Cleveland. He here went to Cubs, and then fortunately to the A's, where he made his career as a Hall of Famer.
There's the career.
390 saves. You look at the wins, 197. 121 season and 150 save. That's not bad.
Too bad he could have got 3 more wins. Probably left a few out there with the Indians.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit outside. 2-2. But you caught him when he was young, and he threw very hard.
Well, I remember he came up in '75. I was still with the A's. I remember seeing him down in the bullpen, the old Municipal Stadium, and I said, "Kid, you're going to win 20." I said, "You're so good," and especially delivery. And everybody thought he was going to hurt his arm because of that sidearm delivery, but he played a long time and did not change anything except throwing strikes pretty consistently.
Bolt fouls it back. Right, he had that unique 3/4 sidearm.
That's right.
He had that right from the start.
Yeah.
Little Warrior A's fan. He's thinking about today, and he's thinking about tomorrow. Game 2. Warriors and the Cavs from Oracle tomorrow. So 3-2 to Brock Holt. Hanley Ramirez waits in the on-deck circle. line drive right at Semien. He grabs it chest high. So 2 outs here in the third. So now Hanley Ramirez will step up. Ramirez, a home run to center field. That was in the first inning. He now has 13 home runs and 31 RBIs.
When he's out in Oakland, he had 12 home runs, no doubles.
That's right.
But he's added a few extra base hits other than the home run.
Muncy under his glove. Semien goes for the backhand, pops out of his glove, and Ramirez is aboard. So probably a play that Muncy should have made, and we'll see what the ruling is. Ramirez limping a little bit after he went past first base.
Well, the range is there to get to the ball, just did not reach down far enough, and maybe just enough to distract Semien. Semien comes up with it, probably throws him out, but the distraction there, perhaps, that he was not able to handle the ball, Semien that is, and he just did not reach down far enough.
So it goes as a hit for Ramirez. Ramirez starts limping just a little bit right around there. Here's Ortiz, and a bit outside. Ramirez struck out looking in the first inning. Missed again. So now 2-0. Be careful here. Ramirez not going anywhere at first, and it's a swing and a miss. So 2-0 changeup and a good one from Jesse Chavez.
Jesse can pull the string as well as anybody, and especially in that count, he's goes around the plate to be able to throw the change up in a hitter's count. He did it perfectly.
Swing and a miss with a fastball, 91 miles an hour. Cold Hard Facts brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. How about this, Ray? Players shifted against the most. David Ortiz is second to Chris Davis. We are not surprised by any of that. 2-2. David Ortiz does not like the shift.
No. Very adamant about it.
But there's probably not going to be any sympathy for a hitter who doesn't like the shift because it's hurting them.
Good.
Three-two, make it 2-2. That one hit down the left field line, but it's going to slice into the seats foul. So the count remains 2-2. Ramirez was off and moving. Outfield playing very deep for Ortiz. And that one just missed, full count. So now we know Ramirez will be running. Canna plays behind Ramirez. And the pitch to Ortiz is hit to left field. Zobrist back, and he's going to play it off the wall. And it bounces all the way back toward the infield. And Ramirez is going to come all the way around to score.
That's too bad, because Ben should have known that ball was going to be over his head and just stop, play the carom. And although it's going to be a tough carom anyway, but at least have a better opportunity to catch the ball off the wall. Fastball down the middle, and For David Ortiz to get the fastball, he will use left field as well as anybody, and he shows it there.
And it's too bad, you're right, Rick, because if Zobrist is able to just handle it, Ramirez is not going to score.
Exactly.
Because he is not running real well.
Yeah, and you know, he went back as if he thought he had a chance. It was too high. And you have to know that off the bat, and it's going to be too high. And too high, that is, to catch it, which means that you have to play it.
Off the glove of Simeon. Here comes David Ortiz. They're waving him home. Zobrist throw to the plate is not in time as Vogt cannot handle it. And now it's 4-1. A line shot to the gap by Napoli, and Ortiz just gets in with a slide.
Wow. Well, Jesse just trying to make the pitches and just leaving too much in the middle of the plate, and just past Simeon, and especially the throw coming in just a little bit up the first base line. Stephen Vogt not able to handle it. That's too bad, boy. You just have all this happening with 2 outs. 2 quick outs with a 1-run deficit, and then that quickly allowing a couple of runs.
So give Napoli a single. He goes to second on the throw. So the infield hit by Ramirez, which he had a couple of guys that had a shot at it, was not a routine play for either guy, but Hayes could not make the play. And that kept the inning going, and now 2 runs later, the Red Sox lead 4-1. So this turned into a frustrating inning for the A's as Xander Bogaerts hits.
Well, especially you saw the shutdown for Jesse Chavez. He was perfect, and today it will now become 6 for 7. Our defense is so important. It will not show up. Errors don't show up, but man, just being able to make the play, the range, and really all Muncy had to do is reach down and just another 6 inches, if that.
Like Bogaerts was taken all the way. It's in first strike. 1-1 the count. Bogaerts had a single in the second inning. Hits that one foul right side. So 62 pitches already for Jesse Chavez. And this one has been a tough one. 26 pitches.
Well, he settled down after the 2 innings last Sunday, but today he has not. And for him to locate the pitches in the middle of the plate, which he has today, especially this inning, that's the scary part.
Sogard has it. Side retired. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Red Sox. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Red Sox 4, A's 1.
now at athletics.com. Voting is exclusively online and available on your computer, tablet, and smartphone. Vote up to 35 times at athletics.com. And we know, I would think everybody has some sort of a device to vote. If you don't, borrow somebody's, because you're allowed 35 times. And there's been a saying that sometimes they vote early and vote often. Well, now's the time to do it. 35 times you can vote.
Did you say device to vote? If you did, that's pretty good. You got a device, you need to vote. Butler's going to be retired as Bogaerts throws him out.
But I think if you think about the All-Star, you know, they had ballots, the paper ballots in the past. And this is the first year that it's strictly online voting. And I guess the assumption is that everybody has some sort of a device where they can vote for their favorite All-Stars.
There was something kind of fun, though, about doing it with the ballots.
Yeah, you'd have
grabbing them when you get into the ballpark.
And the managers, every time the ballot starts, you see a manager punching in and then dropping his ballot in the box.
Punch the paper. 1-1 to Reddick, who struck out in the second inning. There's a changeup. That's a pretty good pitch. Joe Kelly has 4 strikeouts. He has not walked anybody.
You see the circle change grip that he had in his glove, and great shot from the center field camera. And the circle change, as they call it.
You can see that Kelly has everything you would need to win games at the big league level. 2-2 pitch is just fouled on the third baseline. Barely. Reddick looking for his first hit in the series. That changeup, but just a little off the plate. Hunter Wendelstedt has given the outside corner to really both pitchers today. This one's hit toward left center field. Ramirez is going to play it off the wall. Bounces off the out-of-town scoreboard. Ramirez fires it back in, and it's a little offline. Reddick with a head-first slide is in with a double.
It's a great hustle by Josh Reddick. He knows Fenway Park. He knows he hit it well enough to hit it on the wall. Ball's tailing away. Great job going opposite field. Played very nicely about handling Ramirez. This is the way you do. Turn around and play the carry, because you know you can't catch it. Bare hand throw offline. Hustling Reddick keeps his foot on the bag. And he's got a 1-out double. But if you're not thinking two when you hit a ball like that, you're going to be a fan and watch a line drive. He is busting it, knowing he is going to have to slide just perfectly because he almost slid off the bag. You have to know and almost kind of mark it where you're going to start your slide to prevent going past the bag.
So here's Simeon. Simeon takes a first pitch fastball first strike, 97 miles an hour. Simeon had a base hit in the second inning, a line drive to left field. Outside, but not by much.
Looking down at Mike Gallego, who is out of the coaching box trying to get an angle, not quite like Brian Butterfield. As this pitch evidently just off the plate, according to Hunter Wendelstedt. The Gag's off the line, but boy, talk about a nightmarish place to coach third base. I mean, so much that you have to be concerned about. There's 1 out, and you have to try to see if the runner off second gets a good jump, see where Gags is playing. It's so shallow left field. Right field shouldn't be an issue, but a ball to left field, you almost have to put up the stop sign immediately.
Yep.
Because this outfielder can play shallow, charge the ball, and be on it even before a runner gets to third base.
Missed again. Now 3-1.
The A's flew in from Detroit to Logan Airport, flying over the water. Rene Lashman, I always think about that. He said if Rene Lashman was a flight controller at Logan, he'd have all the planes going in the water because he would have guys running all the time.
Just keep coming.
Just keeps running. I always think about Latch every time now flying into that airport.
Not close. And Simeon with the walk. So 2 on 1 out for the A's. First walk issued by Kelly.
Now those two guys looking for shutdown, manager and pitching coach. He's trying to get on the board, and after trailing by a run, now it's back to 3.
So Muncy with an RBI opportunity. Muncy struck out swinging to end the second inning. Reddick at second, Simeon at first. First pitch is up and away.
I think the best thing Max Muncy could do is hit a ball off the Green Monster. That way he show that he's capable with his power to do it that direction, to hit it that direction, and of course a huge gap in left center as well, as they expect him to pull the ball, but he does wait a long time.
Missed again, 2-0. So now the A's are starting to wait out Kelly a little bit, and he's going to get a visit from Carl Willis, the pitching coach. So all of a sudden, Joe Kelly can't find the strike zone.
Remember earlier in the game, he was elevating his fastball intentionally. But now it just seems like instead of going on top of the ball, he's pushing the ball, getting under it just a little bit.
We told you he had one of the best fastballs in baseball. I should say best velocity.
Yeah. That's the circle changeup. See the index finger and the thumb form in the circle, and then the 3 fingers. So Tommy, great shot on the circle changeup to set it up that way.
2-0 pitch, and it's high, and now it's 3-0.
One of the things that a catcher will do simply point to his right elbow, because what Joe is doing, he's dropping the elbow, pushing the ball, and everything's elevated. You get the elbow up and throw down, then you start throwing strikes down in the zone.
So Muncy will be ready to hit now with the count 3-1. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss came right at him. 95 miles an hour, and Muncy swings through it.
It was a pitch to hit. And he's not swung much today. He did strike out in his first at bat.
So 3-2. Runners not going, and that's one that's called strike 3. And Muncy flipped the bat. He was headed to first, but he gets caught looking, and that's strikeout number 5 for Kelly.
Well, with the strike zone of Hunter Wendelstedt, you cannot take a chance. You might think it's low, but I would never put the decision in the umpire's hands on a pitch like that. Bob Melvin saw it from the side. You saw his displeasure with the pitch, but it does not do any good when you're dealing with an umpire. Now, see? Hunter Wendelstedt. Look at that. Give me it. What? Gotta be kidding me. And you know, these dugouts are so far away. How do you even hear what's going on over the dugout?
Yeah, well, he's just showing off that he's the boss. So here's Canna. Blocked by Swihart. Nice job. So the count 1-0 to Mark Canna.
A breaking ball, and Swihart did it perfectly. Used his whole body, got rid of the mask, and just in case somebody tried to advance.
So Canna looking for a 2-out hit. He grounded to first. His first at bat, and that was in the third inning. 1-0 pitch is a fastball, a little bit high, 98 miles an hour. So now Canna in the driver's seat with the count 2-0. Canna got a fastball, and he had a good swing and fouled it straight back.
Well, that was a good one to hit.
So the A's making Kelly work here in the fourth inning.
Yeah, the thing that he's doing also, he's really, except for the curveball that he threw in the dirt, which indicates that the fastball is his pitch. And as a hitter, as Canna did 2-0, got the fastball, just couldn't put it in play.
So 2-1 the count to Canna. Right there with a fastball, and the count 2-2.
And really, if you don't think fastball every pitch against this guy, there's something wrong, because he's showing that the curveball is not a pitch he can throw consistently. The only other pitch that maybe is good, changeup, but to lefties, but to righties is pretty much fastball. So there's no reason not to gear up and be aggressive if you do get a fastball. In most cases, a four-seam fastball.
Crowd making some noise here at Fenway. 2-2 pitch is hit down the right field line. Diaz near the foul pole, and he makes the catch. Side retired. So the A's have an opportunity, but they end up stranding a pair. Bottom of the fourth coming up. Red Sox 4, A's 1. You're watching A's baseball here on Comcast Sportsnet California. A's trailing 4-1, bottom of the fourth inning. Betts, Diaz, and Swihart for the Red Sox. Texas Rangers won again, Ray. They beat the Kansas City Royals by a final score of 4-2. Well, the Rangers are hot. Wandy Rodriguez goes 7 innings to get the win. Canna has it. He's going to have to hurry, and he'll tag Betts. Little collision, nothing serious, and that's out number 1.
No reason to go to the bag. Just go to the runner.
Cut him off.
Handled it, and Xavi was getting there, and looked like it was going to be a foot race to the back. Is this allowed? He's trying to knock the ball, pull his glove off his hand. Wow, A-Rod.
So 1 out for Alejandro Diaz, who had a base hit in the 2nd inning. Shows bunt, pitches up high. So the Rangers have now won 7 out of their last 8. They are 4 games over 500, and with the Astros losing, the Texas Rangers are 3.5 games out of first place. And they have just come out of nowhere.
Playing a pretty good team, the Royals, also. Yeah. As people are thinking that the Royals might be the team to beat in the Central Division. So the Tigers, they've been struggling.
But you know what, Ray? They're struggling too, the Royals, right now.
Yes, they are.
And that's really the first time this year that Kansas City has been in a slump. They have lost 9 out of their last 11.
And with that pitching staff, it's hard to believe, especially since it's a 6-inning game with their outstanding bullpen.
That one foul ball, 2-2. Those red hot Rangers will be at the Coliseum Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so we're going to see them firsthand. Last night they had a young man by the name of Chichi Rodriguez, a left-handed pitcher, in just his 2nd major league start, through a 3-hit shutout. Yeah. So that was Friday, so I would imagine we'll see him probably in that series next week at the Coliseum. Chichi Rodriguez. Three and 2 to Alejandro Diaz. Slaps that one foul. Angels and the Yankees will play tonight in New York. The Yankees won last night 8-7. Angels tried to pull off one of the great comebacks. They were down 8-1 going into the ninth. Came up just a little short. Right field, but playable for Reddick. Reddick grabs it. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Angels will set Garrett Richards to the mound against Warren for the Yankees. The Yankees have won 4 in a row, and they're sitting in first place in the East. And the Rays and the Mariners will play tonight in Seattle. 2 teams going in opposite directions. Mariners have lost 7 in a row. Rays have won 6 out of 7. Saw, Ray, where the Mariners now have scored 21 runs in their last 10 games. They are just scuffling offensively. And
they've had a number of opportunities watching some of the game last night. And they've had opportunities, just can't get them in.
Sobris back near the wall, at the wall, and it's going to be off the wall. And Swihart is going to have a double. So you're seeing today with Ben Zobrist why it's so difficult to play left field, because you think you have a chance to catch it, but if you realize too late that you don't, then who knows where the ball's going to end up.
Yeah, and you really have to play enough out there, practice enough, and you can't really, as a visiting player coming in to play 3 games, practice enough off the wall. And you know, it's a matter of judgment. And some great Red Sox left fielders have played the wall very well, but it takes playing here almost every day and working at it every day, and you just can't not do it as a visiting team.
I mean, there's an art to playing that wall.
That guy could. That's Carl Yastrzemski's retired number. Jim Rice, who also is in the Hall of Fame.
Muncy can't get it. Simeon does. His long throw is not in time. It's knocked down by Canna. And by Canna knocking it down, it kept Swihart at third.
But unfortunately, the ball deflected to Simeon. We have seen deflections that end up going past the trailing fielder, in this case Simeon, but Simeon got it. Strong throw, but you're right, Canna coming off the bag, knowing that the ball is going to be offline. But there's the deflection, and Simeon was backing him up, but just could not get enough on the throw. Here we go with 2 outs again.
Yep. So first and third, here's Brock Holt. First pitch to Holt is a strike, outside corner. Holt has been tough on the A's in this series. He was 2 for 4 last night. He's 1 for 2 with the run scored today.
Kept thinking about Brock Holt, who's a young player, and there are some players who make the money. There are some players who are trying to make the money.
That's right.
And Brock Holt is trying to prove his worth, and he signed a third baseman for a lot of money, and yet in these 2 games so far, it has been Holt playing and playing well.
And what you hope is when you put a bench player in that he contributes somehow, and he has.
Yes, he has.
What he has done in the first 2 games of the series. Could Pablo Sandoval have done that? Maybe, but maybe not. The fact is, Holt has done it.
And especially defensively. And that's been the biggest question mark for Sandoval.
But Ray, this guy has started 10 games in right, 11 games at third, 5 at short, 4 in left, 2 in center. He plays all over the place.
Exactly.
See a bod getting loose, so he's extremely valuable to the Red Sox. He also started a game at second base. And if he can start all 3 outfield positions, third, short, second, you could probably stick him at first for an inning and he'd be okay.
Exactly. Or even behind the plate. I mean, he throws with the correct hand, the right hand.
Hit to left. Zobrist is going to get there. He makes the catch. Side retired. Couple of runners stranded. So we're moving to the 5th inning. Sogard to lead it off. 4-1 Boston. California is brought to you by Prism. Now your team can collaborate at a whole new level with video walls from Prism. Learn how at Prism.com. There's the concourse here at Fenway Park. A little bit smaller than most of the concourses these days in the new ballparks. It's down underneath.
But they have added concrete.
They have.
It used to be asphalt, and it used to be dingy dungy. And we always say the 100-year-old grease in those grills, but it smells good. It does smell good. Yummy, yummy. Seems like this game should be about the 16th inning, but it's the 5th inning, so plenty of time for the Athletics to make their move. Not with a strike like that, though, but it's been like that all day.
Sogard singled and scored in the 3rd inning. That one outside. This ballpark opened in 1912, so it is the oldest ballpark in the major leagues. A little bit older than Wrigley.
And something about the Titanic, right?
That's right. It was. I think it opened just a couple days after the Titanic sank. For many years, there was two teams here in Boston. The Boston Braves played here. They moved to Milwaukee after the 1952 season, so half a century of Braves in the National League and Red Sox in the American League.
Morse code, but I think as we showed the ladder last night, that there used to be just the netting above the green monster.
Nothing else.
And the ground crew would climb the ladder up the green monster and retrieve all the baseballs that were hit in during batting practice, and they'd be donated to the Jimmy Fund, which was a huge charity here. And of course, there's the ladder. It remains, and I've seen actually balls hit off of that ladder that changes the dynamic of a game completely. I think Steve Carsey hit a ball that, I want to say Mo Vaughn hit a line drive, getting ready to play the carom off the wall, and it hit the ladder and went completely opposite direction and had no chance.
Well, we all remember this moment. McDonald's True Stories. 40 years ago, Game 6 of the 1975 World Series, bottom of the 12th inning, a walk-off home run right down the left field line. Fisk waving it fair, and it stayed fair. His second home run of the game, and it tied the series at 3 games apiece. And at that point, you had to believe that the Red Sox are thinking, you know what, we're going to win this baby in front of the home fans. But the Reds, the Big Red Machine, came back the next night. Joe Morgan had a big hit late, and the Reds won Game 7 right here at Fenway Park. Picked up by Kelly on a nice play.
I was talking to a gentleman, I remember, as that shot. Remember Harry Doyle, the great producer, director, maybe? You see the numbers for Pudge Fisk, 72 Gold Glove winner, and of course, games as catcher, second most. Jersey number 27, retired, Hall of Fame 2000, went to the Chicago White Sox, wore the number 72. But there was a shot like a cartoon of a cameraman that they put in the left field green monster. And we will continue.
I want to hear the rest of that story. Don't you forget that story.
I can't forget it because it's a rodent.
Nothing better than a rodent story, and that camera right there. Month they honored that 1975 Red Sox team here at Fenway. Good stuff.
and Fred Lynn.
Tiante. Fred Lynn, Jim Rice. Of course, Fred Lynn was outstanding.
And now for the 2 words that will conclude our ceremony and start.
How'd you like to have 2 rookies come up in the same year, Fred Lynn and Jim Rice?
How about that?
That's a pretty good draft right there.
Yeah, they were pretty good, but unfortunately never won. In that 75 season, remember the A's won 5 consecutive divisions and lost to the Red Sox in 3 straight. Propelled them into the World Series after the sweep of the Athletics in the League Championship Series, which was 5 games, and of course the huge World Series against the Reds.
There's a shot center field, a base hit. Hanley Ramirez is 3 for 3. All right, Ray, I want to hear your varmint camera story.
Tommy Adge is confirmed as Harry Coyle. I said Doyle. I was thinking of Denny Doyle, but Harry Coyle was a director, and I was told the story. There was a cartoon that depicted a camera that was in the Green Monster. I think Tommy and Delaire might show where the camera is more down the line because they had the shot of the Fisk home run. They showed a rodent on the top of the camera, and that the cameraman just freaked out. But I was told that the camera angle was such that there was the rodent down by the cameraman. He looked at it and said, I'm not going anywhere. He left the camera shot exactly where it was and right down the line. Carlton Fisk doing the big wave. And forever we have seen cameras all over the place. So our great Emmy Award winning Tommy Adson knows all about that. It says he said he was 6 when he worked for her.
No, Tommy was on that crew. Yeah, he was young TV star.
But they actually showed, there was a cartoon that showed the camera and this rodent standing on top of the camera looking at the cameraman. But I was told that the rodent was actually on the ground, and this guy said, I'm not going to. Have you been you've been back there, right?
I have,
and
yes.
That is not a place to go. So the gentleman who's out there handling the out-of-town scoreboard, they put the numbers on the manual. They have changed it, but man, see those slots where they start putting manually, they put the numbers in and the names. That's hazardous pay back there. I mean, that's double time, triple time, all time. If you're working back there.
Pomerantz starts to throw in the A's bullpen. A lot of pitches for Jesse Chavez, 86. And we're in the 5th inning. One and 2 to Ortiz. Swinging and a miss. He struck him out. So this is what the out-of-town scoreboard guy does. After every half inning, he brings a whole bunch of numbers and he carries them out, but he has to remember the updated scores, which is, that's pretty good. Although sometimes they take a sheet out there.
But that's on the outside. Now, in the American League, those are behind.
So he can do the American League from behind.
But they've added the National League. That's why he brings the ladder out. But you're right, he has to remember. But on the American League, those are dropped in behind the Green Monsters. So before it's really a kind of a blessing for him because he gets to come outdoors, come out in the actual warning track to place the National League numbers up. But American League, he stays back there, and the door is there, and you can go visit, and there's a lot of signatures, but I don't want to sign anything under there because there's the door, the famous Manny Ramirez door, who decided to go in it during a game. Sure. And have a visit or do something. But this park is old, like you said, 12, and it'll be around forever, a historical site. And
it is an historical site officially.
Yeah.
Ramirez runs, strike called, and Ramirez is out by quite a bit.
So something happened, and fortunately for the A's, somebody missed a sign. Because Ramirez, as we saw him limping to first last at bat, this at bat, taking off. Let's see what he's doing. Looking back, hey, nobody's swinging a bat, and I got to try to steal it, and I'm out by 20 feet. So Stephen Vogt didn't panic. Napoli didn't swing. And Ramirez out by plenty.
So 1-1 to Napoli. Napoli skies one. It's just to our right. Well, it's a bit of an odd combination if you think about a hit and run. Ramirez, who he runs well when he's healthy, but he was limping around a little bit earlier. And Mike Napoli's not really a bat control kind of guy. He's a drop and drive guy. Let her rip.
You just saw him drop and drive and the foul ball back over us, and he'll do it again. Oh,
that looked like a pretty good pitch. floating strike zone today by Hunter Wendelstedt.
It's a two-seamer. It comes back, and evidently not enough for Hunter Wendelstedt, but that shot, Stephen Vogt holds it.
Setting up outside again. And now full count. Jesse Chavez trying to get through 5. He's allowed 10 hits today. And a 2-out walk. Hey, here's our Ford right choice. May 23rd of this year, Mike Napoli hits a home run over the Green Monster. Hits a handmade sign with a bullseye that says, "It's my birthday. Hit it to me." And Napoli did.
So what does
Don't see that very often.
So what does he got to do? He ducked out of the way. I mean, you asked to have it hit to you, then catch it.
So that walk is the first walk issued by Jesse Chavez. Xander Bogaerts is single and a ground out. Well, last night, the A's starter Scott Kazmir gave up 9 hits. 4 2/3 innings. Jesse Chavez 10 hits today. That one hooked foul quickly into the seats down the left field line. Chavez ahead in the count, 1-2. 1 run, 4 hits for the A's, 4 runs, 10 hits for the Red Sox. There has not been an error made. Yeah, that one got a good piece of vote. Let's hope he's okay. That's never any fun.
Direct hit. Foul ball. Flip the mask and
so 1-2 again. And Bogaerts swings and misses. Strikeout number 5 for Jesse Chavez. So he keeps the Red Sox off the board in the 5th. 6th inning coming up. Boston 4 and the A's 1. For the A's. Jesse Chavez 98 pitches in 5 innings, 10 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. As he's going to sit back and watch Stephen Vogt lead it off. Vogt, Butler, and Reddick. Joe Kelly struggled in the 4th inning. Lost his control for just a minute. A's had runners at first and second and 1 out, but he settled down, got the final 2 outs, and then had a very quick 10-pitch top of the 5th inning. To a pitch to Vogt, a breaking ball for a strike. Vogt has struck out twice, both times swinging. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts for Joe Kelly. Kelly shakes once. And the pitch is rolled to the right side. Pedroia scoops it up. And Vogt is 0 for 3, 1 out. That was the fastball miles per hour for Kelly today. He's gone as high as 99. There's the 2-seam fastball with that kind of velocity. That's pretty good.
They just turned the ball over to Stephen Vogt off the end of the bat, and Wickler grounded to second. Kind of a change-up or 2-seam fastball.
Butler drives one toward right. Coming in is Diaza. He reaches down on the shoot tops and makes the catch.
Hang with him, Billy. Continue to hit the ball hard, but excellent play again, this time by Diaza, who was in left field last night. Caught the last one, the one that hung up, hit by Mark Cannon. This one started to sink quickly and reached down. Didn't leave his feet. Little snow cone. Nice play. He's proven to be a good player for the Red Sox.
2 outs for Reddick. So 7 in a row retired by Joe Kelly. He's got 88 pitches. Reddick taken all the way. Then steps back, watches it drop low. 2-0 the count. Reddick's double in the 4th inning, the last hit for the A's. And now 3-0. Defense straightaway for Reddick. And a 4-pitch walk. So walk number 2 for Joe Kelly. So Ray, we just saw the Tigers. Of course, the A's swept the Tigers. See, last night, Tigers had a lead. 3-2. Bottom of the 9th inning, 2 outs. Tigers 1 out away from snapping that 7-game losing streak. They're feeling pretty good. And Adam LaRoche hits a home run to tie it. And then in the 11th, a hit by pitch with the bases loaded, and the White Sox beat the Tigers. This is a tough stretch for the Tigers.
Joakim Soria gave it up to LaRoche. You're right, and then they hit batter. It's amazing. Ball ran in.
Nothing going right for Detroit right now. Strike in the outside corner. So the Tigers have lost 8 in a row. It's their longest losing streak since 2005. They've lost 11 out of 13. So this is a tough stretch for the Tigers. They do have David Price starting tonight in Chicago. Up and in to Simeon, 1-2. Sounds like Victor Martinez is going to come back maybe next week. We talked a lot about that when we were in Detroit. When was he going to come back?
Well, the A's will not see the Tigers
Nope,
again.
that's
Regular
it.
season, they're done, and after tomorrow, we won't see the White Sox anymore.
A's will have an off day at home on Monday. There's not a lot of home off days during the baseball season, so that's always nice. Simeon behind in the count, 1-2. Reddick runs, and it's a check swing foul ball.
Josh Reddick taking off, figuring that Kelly was not paying attention, and he was not. Two-seamer, though, up and in. Swihart was not going to have a chance to throw out Reddick had he caught the ball cleanly.
So another 1-2. Reddick not running this time, and it's up and in. So this will probably be the last inning for Joe Kelly. Let's see, Agando starts to get ready. Hit hard but foul down the third base line.
It's got to be frustrating for a pitcher to throw as well as Kelly has throughout this game and then all of a sudden just lose it, which he did. 4-pitch walk to Reddick, and now after 0-2 to Simeon, getting ready to throw the 8th pitch in the at-bat, just elevating too many pitches.
Outside, and it's a full count, so Reddick will take off again. Simeon is singled and walked. So pitch number 99 coming up from Joe Kelly, and here it is. And he got him swinging. 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and that is strikeout number 6 for Joe Kelly. Runner stranded. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. 4-1 Boston.
Wine. It started in the first inning, base hit, and then this straightaway center field, but the error was so slow. Hanley Ramirez up to the batter's eye. 2-run home run, and Billy Burns made it a 1-run game with a triple off of the Green Monster out-of-town scoreboard, scoring Sogard. He was single. Big Poppy, though, a double off the left field wall. Watch the ball carry him off and to the side of Ben Zobrist. That would score Ramirez all the way from first base with 2 outs. Napper would drive in David Ortiz, and that's the difference. 4-1. Red Sox leading the Athletics into the bottom of the 6th inning. Find out what's possible with AT&T. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT, mobilizing your world.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. Drew Pomeranz comes in. So 5 innings for Jesse Chavez, and the lefty Pomeranz takes over. He'll face Betts, Diaz, and Swihart. Mookie Betts swings at the first pitch, pops a foul back. There's a lot of talk about Cole Hamels coming to the Red Sox. Seems like there's a rumor about that a couple times a week. And again, the way it is nowadays in sports, rumors are easy to start and they spread quickly. And I say that because Mookie Betts' name always seems to come up.
That's right.
If you want somebody like Cole Hamels, who's a bona fide ace, who would you have to give up? Well, young major league ready players would be a good start.
That's a perfect start, especially for a guy you're going to pay a lot of money. As the Phillies probably know, he is very valuable to somebody. Cole Hamels is, and unlike maybe Ryan Howard, who you have to see the Phillies eat a lot of his salary, I don't think that would be the case with a pitcher who is as good as Hamels.
3-1 pitch is high, and a leadoff walk for the speedy Mookie Betts.
Drew Pomeranz came into Detroit on Wednesday and threw exceptionally well. Threw fastballs and got up to about 94, 95, and he said, well, didn't have anything to hold anything back. I'm pitching one inning, I can air it out, which that's what Bob Melvin was hoping for, to get that kind of production from Drew Pomeranz when they put him back to the bullpen. Come in with some firepower with a good fastball. Right now, it's just a 3-run game at Fenway Park. That's not unsurmountable.
First pitch to Diaz, swing and a miss. Betts was going back to first base. So everybody taking a long look at third base coach Brian Butterfield. Betts has 8 steals this year in 10 attempts. Diaz goes around, so it's a quick 0-2 count.
Good fastball right over the top, outside part of the plate. Diaz has been seeing pitches inside. His first at bat probably very critical, although the Red Sox didn't score, but the fastball was supposed to be outside, left it inside part of the plate, ended up being a first and third, but the A's got out of it with a great double play turn started by Sogard.
Pomeranz, the long look over at Betts. The pitch is hit high and foul, and that one's going to be up over the roof, out onto the street.
Which, as you said last night, appropriately, it's not hard to do here.
It's not. Happens probably 7-8 times a game, at least.
And so if you're parking and you're fortunate to get a parking space around Fenway Park, good luck. Especially on Lansdowne Street in left field, you may have a cracked windshield, some of the home runs that are hit. It's a great old park that stood its time, and they've added seats wherever possible. The monster seats up in right field, and they keep raising prices every year.
That one's hit toward Burns. Burns in and over. He's got it. He fires back to first, and hustling back is Betts. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th.
There's your center field, and we talked about it last night. It was a night game, so fans were sitting in that area, but for daytime games today and tomorrow, that will be blocked off, and those seats they've added, of course, up above left field. The monster seats we know.
See, it's really kind of it's just a real small upper deck. You know, maybe 10, 12 rows of seats. That one hit down the right field line, but foul.
And I think even with the amount of snow that accumulated during the offseason here in Boston, when they put the tickets on sale at the beginning of January, they are lined up outside Fenway Park for the daily games. Of course, they have the season ticket holders, but the Yankee games are probably sold out immediately. Those monster seats, people stand in line, get in line for those seats, which are not inexpensive. And they have tours, as we mentioned, and they just start printing money.
Oh, 0-1 to Blake Swihart. Betts has a good lead at first. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Red Sox this year have a payroll of $168 million. That's 5th highest in all of baseball. Hanley Ramirez is their highest paid player. Pablo Sandoval is 2nd. So the two guys they signed in the offseason, also their 2 highest paid players.
Pedroia signed a nice contract.
Yep.
The late Tom Yawkey, who owned the ball club at one time, always the highest payroll right here at Fenway Park, and Red Sox. And even when salaries, the minimum salaries were very low.
Rusney Castillo, who got a $72 million contract signed with the Red Sox.
Talking about the Red Sox officials, and said that Josh Donaldson was on the top priority list. At least somebody, and some of the people in the front office, but they decided to go after Pablo Sandoval.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Pomeranz strikes out Blake Swihart.
Little slide step, high fastball, and Swihart not able to catch up to the ball, and a little extra on the fastball for the switch hitter.
And I guess the difference is Donaldson, you would have had to give up players. Sandoval, you just had to give up
95
more money. Yeah. So I guess it just depends what you want to do. Plus, you have to find a trade partner too.
Yeah.
It's got to work out.
I'm just thinking of Josh Donaldson playing 81 games here. I think he'd be hitting some balls up on the monster.
Basically, Donaldson will be a free agent after 2018. And Sandoval got a 5-year contract, so he signed through 2019. So not a whole lot of difference there. Runner goes, pitches a ball, throw to second base. Safe as Betts was able to keep his hand on the bag. So Mookie Betts gets his 9th steal of the year.
Sometimes a runner, watch, he goes on the first move. Pomeranz, if he looked at it, was out of the corner of his eye. And Stephen Vogt, quick release right on the bag. He did keep his hand on the bag.
So Pedroia will take first base, and that'll bring up Brock Holt.
Yeah, they decided to potentially walk him and have lefty on lefty. Not a bad idea, especially kind of thought that would happen anyway. A little surprising, but Betts, who kind of had the green light.
So Holt, the left-handed hitter. Quick meeting as Bob Melvin was not out there very long. He heads back. Has a few words with Brian Butterfield.
Showing Derek Jeter picking up his first major league hit. Brian Butterfield was first base coach many years ago. Right, a very good baseball man. You won't find anybody any more aggressive at third base coaching as Butter, as they call him.
Swing and a miss by Holt. Holt is 1 for 3. He's got a single and a run scored. He's also a line to short and a line to left.
Did you hear everybody yelling, there he goes?
There he goes.
And shot up a flare, and Holt said, stop. Just one to the left side, and now Semien a little bit in the shortstop position. And I think if Betts runs it, let him run. Just try to hold the position. Maybe think about the trailing runner.
Oh, one pitch to Holt. Blocked by Vogt, and both runners are going to move up as Vogt could not handle it. When he went down to pick it up, it's kind of squirted away from him.
He had to play at third to get Betts, who broke a little bit late. But the knuckle curveball, he had it. He's going to pick it up, saw him, and used his glove, and then stepped on his mask. So a lot of bad things happened to Stephen Vogt. Pedroia was not going, and then once he saw the ball click away, and he tried to pick it up with his glove and then make the transfer, all the while allowing Pedroia to get safely to second.
So now 2 runners in scoring position, both with plenty of speed. 1-1 to Holt. Fastball high.
And again, all this with 2 outs. That's the problem with the A's. They're getting the 2 outs and can't put the Red Sox away today.
And Pomeranz, you got to get Holt here.
Exactly.
You cannot let this deficit grow. High again, 3-1 with Hanley Ramirez in the on-deck circle.
And you can't put him on because Ortiz is behind him, but there's no room. And that would load the bases, and it's not something that Bob Melvin was looking for.
And it's inside, and he walked it. So 3 walks in the inning. The bases are loaded. 2 outs, and Hanley Ramirez is your hitter. Fernando Rodriguez is getting loose out in the bullpen. But it looks like they're going to let Pomeranz face Hanley Ramirez.
Well, as much time as Ramirez takes, you'd have time to get the pitcher warmed up in the bullpen.
Yeah. You'd have time to do a lot of things. You could run down to Lansdowne Street and get a hot dog and be back, and you'd be okay.
But maybe this is, you got a mess, so now try to get out of your own mess here. And this is not an easy chore.
Fastball is high, so Pomeranz missing high with his fastballs right now, and that's always dangerous.
And you have to be concerned about his curveball because he did bounce the knuckle curve that Stephen Vogt had a difficult time of picking up.
So Betts, Pedroia, Holt are your runners. Slider, and it drops right in there for a strike. So Pomeranz steals the strike with a little breaking ball. 6 career grand slams for Ramirez. Started his career right here with the Red Sox. He's a top prospect.
Shortstop. Moved to left field. Decided to go to left field this year.
Soft line drive. Sogard grabs it. Side retired. So Pomeranz gets in a jam. He gets out of a jam. So we're going to the 7th inning from Fenway Park. Red Sox leading the A's 4-1. Major League debut, and he pitched 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs. He had a strikeout. He threw 28 pitches. He had to declare to the umpire one time what arm he was going to throw with, and there it was. So he wasn't on the rubber when he said, when he made the mistake of saying, I'm going to throw left-handed. No, I'm going to throw right-handed. So,
for the reason he had faced Swihart in the minor leagues, and he faced him left-handed, pitching left-handed.
That's right.
Swihart actually hit a home run against him, and it is. But I still think one of the, those are great numbers. And you got about 3 different baseballs were thrown out for authentication, which he got them, but persevere, minor leagues, and he said when he got the call that the A's were interested in him, and especially to invite him to spring training, he said, I jumped at it because he never really had the opportunity before in a major league spring training camp, and even though he's a non-roster invitee, still jumped at the opportunity, got a chance in 12 games to show what he could do, and most importantly, did it in Nashville.
Muncy skies one to right field. It's hit well. Diaz's back at the wall. Got it.
Know your park. And this is not the park to hit that kind of a fly ball. It is 380. We talk about deep center fields and parks. Right field here is the deepest at 380. And Ogando almost gave it up.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. So Alexi Ogando, appearance number 22 for the Red Sox this year. He's a free agent and left the Rangers, signed with the Red Sox, a 1-year contract. So he faces Marcana. First pitch, strike on the outside corner. Looked like it was off the plate. Ogando last pitched on Wednesday. That was the doubleheader the Red Sox had. He threw a couple of innings in game 1. Takes over for Joe Kelly. Scribner now for the A's. Trying to get something going offensively. They have just 4 hits. Those hits coming off the starter Joe Kelly. Couple of walks, 6 strikeouts. So he was good today.
Six innings, quality start, but with that kind of stuff, you got to think 7, 8 minimum for Joe Kelly. But throw 100 pitches in 6 innings, that's a lot.
This one skied straight back. So 2-2 the count. Some good years for Ogando out of the Rangers bullpen. Battled injuries some. First came up, boy, his stuff was filthy. He didn't want to hit off that guy.
Yeah. But you know, with the Rangers, they had Neftali Feliz and Ogando that they would go back and forth between bullpen and rotation. And sometimes guys are just better suited for one or the other, and it seemed like both of them got injured. And whether or not that was the reason, but both of them very good arms. Ogando especially with a lot of movement.
Payoff pitch coming up to Canna. Here it is. And it's drilled to left field. It is gone. That's a home run.
Hit the yellow line.
Yep, it just got over. Kind of hit the base of the light tower and then bounced back on the field. But it's a home run for Canna to make it 4-2.
Well, I thought that's the way the A's are going, that it's going to hit Mark and drop back. Fastball jumped all over it. Ogando fell behind on the fastball belt high. Last home run was in St. Petersburg on the breaking ball. This one, though, checked just below. You're right, Cap. Just over the yellow line, hit the light standard. Actually hit above the line and the light standard, and then came back. No question about that one. Great shot there, and just over and right standard and back onto the field. So number 7 for Mark Canha, one that he'll always remember at Fenway.
So here's Sogard. Sogard quickly behind in the count, 0-2. So a 1-out home run for Canha, number 7 on the year. And as you can see right there, that's a good look. There is a little ledge there, maybe a couple feet wide. Way high from Ogando. So second home run in this series for the Athletics, and their 50th on the year. They come in 10th in the American League in home runs hit. One foul back, headed for the upper deck and into the upper deck.
Well, it's a 2-run game again, as the case last night. Final score was 4-2. A's, though, this just the 7th inning. Some opportunities. Lane, the left-hander. Of course, Greg Breslow also lefty. The A's saw Lane in Oakland in that first game when a lot of pitchers were used.
Again, a foul ball. That one headed for the writers' part of the press box, but looks like they got their windows closed. Bangs off the glass. Billy Burns to follow. Gondo kicks in the 1-2 pitch. Sogard checks his swing, holds up 2-2. The outfit shifted well into left center, as they usually are for Sogard. Checks his swing again. He did not go. So Sogard has gotten the count full. Gondo gets the side from Swihart. He's ready. High pop up. Going to be playable for Napoli. Napoli right on the foul line. He grabs it, and that's the second out.
A good battle, 0-2 to 3-2, and fastball, pretty good location by Ogando, just enough inside. Sogard opened up, but unfortunately hit it in the air instead of a line drive that he normally does. This is the time where Billy Burns needs to manufacture.
Yep,
you know,
that's right.
Get on, steal second, and maybe a base hit by Ben Zobrist to driving in, make it a 1-run game. That's what speed can do. It can manufacture a run, especially with a couple of outs.
First pitch, a slider, maybe a cut fastball that's inside. Burns has grounded out, was robbed of a hit by Holt, the third baseman, then he tripled in a run in the third. Broken bat grounder. Pedroia charges, scoops, throws, side retired, but a home run for Mark Canha to get the A's a little bit closer. For Canha, his 7th home run of the year. 7th inning stretch from Fenway. Red Sox 4, A's 2. 4-2 Red Sox lead. And it's the bottom of the 7th inning. 4-2 was the final score last night. So Pomeranz faces David Ortiz. First pitch, breaking ball, first strike. Ortiz a strikeout, an RBI double, and a run scored, and then a strikeout. So 1 for 3. Did not play last night. He was behind in the count 0-2. Ortiz now with 472 career home runs. 23 of those against the Athletics. Swing and a miss. So on 3 pitches, Ortiz is retired. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Bob Melvin hops up out of the dugout. And with a couple of right-handed hitters coming up, you get a right-hander out of the A's bullpen. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
Take on the Angels, 6:35 p.m. at the Coliseum. Fans can watch the postgame fireworks show from the outfield grass, but as always, on-field capacity is limited. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/fireworks. All those shots because the camera crew stayed around in that first fireworks and took all those wonderful shots at the Coliseum.
Here at Fenway, 4-2 Red Sox. The new pitcher for the A's is Evan Scribner. Scribner last pitched on Tuesday in Detroit. He made threw a couple of innings, 21 pitches total. So he has not pitched since then. So he's had a little bit of time off.
He's been such a great guy that Bob Melvin can turn to late inning games, trying to hang on to a victory, turning it over to Tyler Clippard. It's been a great setup and closer.
Napoli talking to Hunter Wendelstedt. He didn't like the call. One pitch, driven to center, Burns back, and that one is off the wall. And the ball's still rolling around. Napoli will have a double. So Napoli got 2 hits and a walk today.
This pitch left up a little bit that he could drive to straightaway center field, and Napoli complaining with Wendelstedt. Burns playing it off the wall, figuring it's no chance to get to it, and then he bobbled it as he was going after it. And a double anyway for Napoli, who probably was going to have that anyway.
So here's Bogaerts, 1 out, runner in scoring position for Boston. as they try to get that run back that the A's got on the Canna home run. First pitch, breaking ball for a strike to Bogaerts, who is 1 for 3, single, a ground out, and a strikeout. Got jammed on a fastball, in on the hands. And Bogaerts 2 for 6 in the series. I told you the Astros lost today. The Rangers won. The Angels will play later. So will the Mariners. High fastball. Bogaerts shoots it foul down the right field line.
The Mariners tonight have a young man by the name of Felix Hernandez pitching, I think. So
they feel a little bit better
if they can score some runs. That's something that usually upgrade a little bit. They're a good team, but Felix Hernandez seems to bring the best out of everybody.
So Napoli with his lead, and the pitch is foul back again, just below us.
Well, Bogaerts, maybe as he is trying to hit the ball to the right side, should know that there is one out, because Ortiz started the inning striking out against Pomeranz before Napoli doubled. Scribner trying to stay away from him with the curveball and the cutter.
And a good pitch there. He gets the strikeout of Bogaerts. Almost like he even took a little bit more off the breaking ball. Now it had a lot of downward movement.
And it talks about holding the curveball back in his hand, so it's not out on his fingertips where he can control it, throw it harder. So more of a slower variety of the curveball because of the grip. And the grip, of course, a lot of times will control the velocity. But it's worked well for Scribner.
So with 2 outs, here's Mookie Betts. First pitch to Betts. He takes a big rip and fouls it straight back. Betts today has popped out to second, grounded to first, walked and stole the base. 0 for 2. And a strike call. Right on the outside corner.
So it's like Hunter Willistead had to watch that all the way before he made the call. Like a pretty good pitch from the beginning from Scribner.
Pitch, foul back. Fastball that time from Scribner at 93 miles an hour. Barnes is the right-hander. Lane is the left-hander.
2 guys not named Tozawa.
It's his birthday today. He's going to take the day off, Tozawa.
That's why he's taking pictures with people out in the walkways who are coming in.
Another 0-2 and another foul ball. This one up over the roof.
So you have your birthday, you get the day off?
Yeah. Just take the day off. He pitched last night. So another 0-2. Good battle here. Scribner and Betts. And Betts is able to lay off the pitch that Bogaerts could not. So Scribner trying to get Betts. Napoli does not really have a big lead. He's not being held on. Just with 2 outs, middle infielders usually do not hold a runner on. They'd rather hold their positions. Fouled again, right side. Betts' foul balls are all almost going in the same direction, just right over top of the Red Sox dugout into the upper deck.
And their fastballs inside, which he is a little bit late on, and as a result, fouling them to the right side.
1-2. Bounced in the hole. Simeon's going to have to hurry. His throw to first, and they just get Betts. Side retired. Napoli is stranded at second after his double. 8th inning coming up. It's the Red Sox 4. It's the A's 2. That looks. Gentleman's got it going on a little bit. That's a good-looking jersey with a good-looking hat, some dance moves. He's ready for tomorrow.
You like the flat bill, don't you?
I don't, but I know people who do. It's a good-looking hat, though. The Warriors hat, the city. And a Ricky Henderson jersey on. Zobrist leading it off. Alexia Gondo gave up the home run to Canna in the 7th, so the Red Sox trying to get 2 innings out of Ogando. Zobrist is 0 for 3. He's grounded out 3 times. And now 2-1 the count. A's would love to see Zobrist get going. He's been struggling. He's 0 for his last 14. And since coming back, this is the 11th game since coming back from the disabled list. He's 6 for 37.
Always tough. You come out of spring training sharp, ready to go, and then go on the disabled list, shuts everything down. And the good thing about him, he said, taking the walks is important because that means he's seeing the baseball and seeing it correctly and not swinging at bad pitches. He's taken 3 in almost the same location, all 3 out of the strike zone.
And that one not close, and it's a leadoff walk.
John Farrell has seen enough.
So Ogando faces 1 hitter here in the 8th and walks him, so he's done. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune Up, your oil change, tune up, and repair experts. Want to miss Warriors NBA Finals Central. It's an hour before every game, post game, and on Sportsnet Central. All the way through the playoffs. Game 2 coverage begins tomorrow at 3 p.m. That's tomorrow at 3 p.m. As this one will be a 2-hour extravaganza, getting you all ready for Game 2. Make sure you join Warriors NBA Finals Central tomorrow, again at 3 p.m. Get you all ready for the Warriors and the Cavaliers. Left-hander Tommy Lane comes in, 0-1 with a 2.76 ERA for Lane. Lefty's hitting just 143 against him, and he's going to face one right here in Stephen Vogt. Butler to follow. After Butler, it would be Reddick.
Takes the A's one time in Oakland, just an inning in the game in which they won on Pablo Sandoval's home run in the 10th inning. Fastball low 90s. He has an assortment. He'll throw 3 different types of fastballs, including the cutter.
That one grabs the inside corner for a strike. Eric O'Flaherty throwing in the A's bullpen.
And this might be a 1-batter appearance for Lane. John Farrell figured that Vogt's going to hit, not going to pinch hit for him. Does have Butler hitting next, and then Reddick, another lefty.
In their first strike, and it's 0-2.
That's why managers try to make sure in their lineup they do not back up lefties or righties. That's a drop down sidearm slinger, and got the corner. John Farrell, after this hitter, will have to make a decision to see if Butler is going to face the lefty or the righty. Stephen Vogt would like to do something. Struck out a couple of times and a ground ball to second on the broken bat.
0-2 pitch, got him with a slider. So 3 pitches, Vogt strikes out.
Well, when you drop down, this is such a difficult angle for a pitcher or a hitter to be able to pick up the ball, and slider breaking away. Must have been a foul tip.
So with 1 out, Butler hits.
Maybe a mistake will be made, and the monster will welcome one of Billy Butler's hits.
Butler thought it was low. Butler is 0 for 3 in today's ball game. So looking for his first hit in the series. He's 0 for 7. Slider, outside corner strike, and now it's 0-2.
On the back door, it stayed up, and enough for the corner. Evidently that Butler didn't think so. Maybe trying to think about pulling the ball. He cannot believe the pitch is called. Hitters should not be throwing anything except swinging. I think Hunter Wendelstedt has pretty much established that in the early part of the game.
Reddick to follow. 1-2 pitch, and it almost hit Butler. So 2-2 the count.
Got it missing. Sometimes you always wonder. I never want to take one on the kneecap, which he was heading for his knees. He got out of the way.
Butler rolls at foul. Lights are on here at Fenway Park. As we hit about 6:45 local time.
You know, it's good though, Kev, too, because of the cloud cover. There's not been as many shadows as expected. And
a little sunshine earlier, but not too much.
At the time, it looked like the shadows are going to be an important part of this game. The cloud cover, and it's nice.
Strike 3 called, and Butler is not going to be happy with Hunter Wendelstedt. He kind of argued all 3 strikes that were called. Hunter Wendelstedt is jawing right back at him. Saw Hunter Wendelstedt say that was right over the plate. So Bob Melvin was going to come out to make sure he got Butler out of there.
Well, we've talked about how umpires are very critical on the inside corner. And Brett Lawrie's going to come out and hit for Josh Reddick, the lefty, and force John Farrell to make a move.
I hate to say it, but that looked like a pretty good pitch.
Yeah. But you know, the one thing, unless they're prescription glasses, I don't know why you have sunglasses on this time of the night. You know, if you're home plate umpire, those are pretty dark glasses. And again, if it's prescription, then that's understandable. But I mean, this is a time with no shadows, no sunshine, and almost a night game. So they're going to leave the lefty in to face Brett Lawrie, who has been swinging the bat well.
Well, this is what Lawrie did last night.
And it does not take long to get out. He knew it was gone. It was gone fast. Hit the back of the green monster, carry him back.
So Lawrie is going to hit for Reddick, and if you're wondering about Reddick's numbers against lefties, they're not very good. He's hitting 120 against lefties, and that is why Bob Melvin made this move.
And hoping for a mistake from the lefty, who stays in the game even though the righty was warming up and still warms up.
On the outside corner, a strike.
Carl Willis went out to talk to his pitcher, probably to instruct him about how to pitch to Brett Lawrie, and especially maybe stand away and maybe with fastballs. And if there's ever a time to force a hitter to go to the opposite field, this would be it. Any right-hander, why would you take a chance of letting him hit the ball into the seats when he has to hit a very long? I've seen very few right-handers go into the bleachers. Canseco was one. It went over the bullpen from the right side. And that was many years ago. Most right-handers go over the monster.
Down and away, but Lawrie chased it. So now Lane ahead in the count, 0-2. Zobrist led off the inning with a walk. He's still at first base. Way outside.
And Bob Melvin is thinking ahead defensively. Put Can in the outfield, Muncy at first, and Lawrie over at third base. Just try to avoid having to use multiple players unless Lawrie's back has been stiffening up, but I wouldn't think it'd be hitting it. We're not able to.
Way inside, so 2-2 the count. So I guess if you're going to miss inside, that would be what to do.
A purpose pitch. That is called a purpose pitch. Off the plate that far. Trying to back it up, go outside with a fastball, or throwing something off speed.
2-2, and he did, and it's down and away. Good take by Lawrie. So full count, Zobrist will take off. So that'll help the A's if a ball gets to the gap. Tommy Lane is going to step off the rubber. So now he's ready. So is Lawrie. 3-2 pitch. Missed outside, and Lawrie has a walk. So now it's Simeon. So Sam Fuld is going to run to Lawrie, and John Farrell's coming out. So it'll be the third pitcher of the inning for the Red Sox. A's with 2 on and 2 out.
Toyota. Let's go places. And by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Make sure you join us tomorrow. The A's will wrap up this series and the road trip here at Boston against the Red Sox. It'll be Kendall Graveman and Clay Buchholz. Coverage begins at 10 a.m. with A's pregame live. You get complete A's coverage every night on Sportsnet Central. And check out CSNCalifornia.com. The home of A's baseball is Comcast Sportsnet. So Graveman and Buchholz, a couple of right-handers, to wrap up the series. There's a lot going on in that hat. Wow, I don't even know what to say about that. Although I do like the mini helmets. Those are kind of cool.
Meanwhile, Mr. Barnes is going to come in to pitch, and Matt Barnes, the winning pitcher in that 11-inning game we referenced, pitched 2 innings, and he's got a good fastball, upper 90s. So did not want the lefty to face Marcus Semien. Instead, the hard-throwing right-hander Barnes will go after Semien.
And a fastball down around the knees for a strike, 97 miles an hour.
An easy 97.
Yep. Well, Barnes, former #1 draft pick of these Red Sox. He was the 19th overall pick in the 2011 draft. And 1 pitch blocked nicely by Swihart.
Well, Sam pulled in to run at first base, and good speed there. But this is the block. This would have put 2 runners in scoring position. That's why Swihart does a good job behind the plate, and especially in those situations. And Semien trying to hit a gap, see if Fold can score from first.
Fouled straight back on a fastball again at 97 miles an hour. Barnes is 6'4", 210 pounds, from Connecticut. So, could have easily grown up a Red Sox fan or a Yankees fan.
Phillies.
Somewhere in there. Ahead in the count, 1-2. And a breaking ball, and he got it. So 3 fastballs and then a breaking ball, and the A's strand a pair in the top of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th coming up. All right, this game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 2-5-0 for the A's, 4-10-0 for the Red Sox. Jesse Chavez, not real sharp today. 10 hits and 4 earned runs in 5 innings. Canna with a home run. Joe Kelly pitched 6 innings, and Hanley Ramirez 3 hits and a big 2-run homer in the very first inning. So the A's have 1 more shot to even up this series at a game apiece. But bottom of the 8th inning is Sweet Caroline. Rings out loud over the loudspeakers. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up.
your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. It's Eric O'Flaherty, who pitched in last night's game. So O'Flaherty out there. Scribner goes 2/3 of an inning. And the first pitch is a strike to Diaz. So fourth pitcher of the afternoon. It is for the Athletics. Sam Fuld is now in left field. I take that back. Sam Fuld is in right field. Sorry about that. So that's the change. Piazza bunts in the air, and Canna comes over toward the middle of the diamond and makes the catch. So Diaz trying to bunt his way on, but he popped it up. So one out here in the bottom of the eighth, and that'll bring up Blake Swihart, who's a switch hitter, so he'll hit from the right side. A double for Swihart. That was in the fourth inning. He's 1 for 3.
Hard to believe the A's playing as well as they did against the Tigers, scoring what, a total of 18 runs.
Down the right field line toward that corner, and Fuld makes the catch, and you see right there, Ray, how close that was to being a home run.
That's right. If it had sliced just a little bit more, it would have gone around the pesky pole into the seats. Such a dangerous area because you go after a ball, if it lands, you can see how it kind of circles around towards the bullpen. And Sam Fuld knows it. Sun in his eyes, and that close though.
Wow.
There's the pole.
So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the eighth, and now the top of the order, Dustin Pedroia. And the closer, Koji Uehara, got the save last night. I think he's going to try to do it again today. The A's will have Muncy, Canna, and Sogard, the bottom 3 in their order, in the top of the 9th inning. In the dirt. Pedroia is 1 for 3 today. He also walked, so he's been on base a couple of times after a 3-hit game last night.
Well, the numbers really proved out last night, didn't with Kazmir. The numbers at 26 for 50 now, or 54 or something like that. I mean, just ridiculous numbers that Pedroia has in his career against Kazmir.
And now 3-1. Rodriguez throwing. Clippard just getting himself loose. Looked like that would hurt. Oh, man.
Not for them. That's their way of getting loose.
Pedroia takes inside, so he's aboard for the 3rd time.
That's the 5th walk given up by the Athletics. Pomeranz had 3 in 1 inning. Fortunately got out of the jam facing Ramirez.
So that'll bring up Brock Holt. Holt has been on base twice with a single and a walk. He's also lined out a couple of times. So the first pitch from O'Flaherty is in for a strike. Pops off the glove of Vogt. No advancement by Pedroia.
Well, something happened to his hand. Steven is feeling it. I don't know the way he caught it. Caught it in the heel of his hand, but boy, it's almost like his hand went numb. Now, Bob Melvin's going to check on him because something happened. And I think it's his hand. Maybe it's the hip blocking up again. or the right side where he cramped up. I think it's the hands. He used the thumb, because whenever he went, his thumb was down. As he went after the ball, it kind of backhanded the ball, and usually that means the thumb was down. Watch when he goes after it, the thumb down, and I bet it got him on the thumb.
Sure.
And that's what he's feeling right now. Check there, instead of the palm up, palm down, thumb hit, and that's why he threw off his mask and.
Almost looked like the ball just kept moving, and he just tried to keep his hand in that position.
Well, that's the difference of palm up, palm down, and trying to do that. And there's some catchers that when they do that, the thumb is down instead of up, where you catch it in the pocket. And you get it on the thumb, you feel it. It kind of pushes the thumb back.
So 2-1 now to Holt. So Vogt will have a quick meeting with Eric O'Flaherty. They have O'Flaherty back in the A's bullpen. They were going with just a bod, one left-hander in the bullpen for quite a while, but now they have 3, and that does not include Venditti, who can be if he wants to be. So really, you have 4. And the A's do not want to see Hanley Ramirez bat in this inning. Ramirez has had a big day, 3 hits.
And especially after once again getting 2 outs, and it turned out in the 6th inning, a walk, then 2 outs, a walk, and there's Ramirez. And Bob Melvin let Pomerantz in and got out of the jam.
And the pitch is high, so O'Flaherty with back-to-back 2-out walks, and now he is going to face Ramirez, or he's not going to face him. So O'Flaherty could not get that 3rd out, and Ramirez will face a right-hander.
Country Breakfast Bowl, 15,000 fans will pick up the bowl courtesy of Xfinity Sunday, June 28th, when the A's play host to the Kansas City Royals. Get your tickets today by calling 877-493-BALL, or you can log on to athletics.com/tickets for that Country Breakfast Bowl presented by Xfinity.
Got a lot of things coming up at the Coliseum.
That's right.
More home games. I mean, schedule always evens out, but A's have played quite a few road games so far this year, but that's about to change.
They got the fireworks on the 19th. There's a giveaway on the 20th of June. The A's back home for 3 against the Rangers, then on the road again to Anaheim and San Diego, then back to the Coliseum for a lot of games after that.
Yep. So here is Fernando Rodriguez. And he's going to face Hanley Ramirez. First pitch, Ramirez. One around. Tried to hold up. Bob Davidson said he swung, and certainly looked like he did. Pedroia at second, Holt at first.
Well, this is what Bob saw.
Maybe not.
That's not a swing.
Maybe not. 0-1 pitch is inside. That was one of those, and you talk a lot about it, where the body really moves forward, but the hands, like they were able to stop it. Ramirez, when he swings, he almost dives into the baseball.
Well, it's harder for a home plate umpire to make the call because the body moves forward, but a little bit easier for a first base umpire, which is surprising that didn't see the bat as we did, that it definitely did not swing. That's more of a swing there.
And they're not going to check this time. It's called a ball. So 2-1.
That's too late. I mean,
at that point, it's not.
You've got to call it quicker, and well, that's the same. But you're right. The body's going forward, and
Abad getting loose, probably for Ortiz if Ramirez were to get on.
All this teasing with the walks. I mean, you look at the number of walks, 3 by Pomeranz in the 6th. Last inning, none. This inning, 2. So there's a lot of base runners put on by the A's after getting 2 outs. Really, only 1 hit. That was a double by Napoli last inning. Otherwise, all this nervousness is because of walks that have been put on base, and hoping that Red Sox don't come up with a big hit.
Inside again, 3-1. None of the walks have scored, so that's a good thing, but you are messing with fire. So be careful here. Ramirez, he's not up there thinking about walking. And he is in a hitter's count. Just a slightly open stance. 3-1 pitch, here it is. And he hits it high and foul down the right field line. He hit a shot in the first inning that went straight out center field.
3-1 fastball, and carried the bat 3/4 the way down the first base line. The ball in the batter's eye.
So Pedroia and Holt will take off. Rodriguez kicks and deals, and the ball's hit hard to Sogard. Sogard has it, side retired. So Ramirez hit it very hard, but Sogard grabs it. Couple of runners stranded. 9th inning, last shot for the A's. They trail 4-2.
information may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
Hey, we got in-depth sports news for the great Bay Area sports fan. Know It All with Sportsnet Central coming up this evening at 6 and 10:30. And it's on our sister station, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. All the highlights from our game here at Fenway Park. Have a report on the Warriors getting ready for tomorrow's Game 2 against the Cavaliers. And Monty Poole, insider, with the latest from Warriors practice. Kelly Johnson and Henry Wolford will have Sportsnet Central tonight, twice, 6 and 10:30. Sellout crowd this afternoon here at Fenway Park on a nice day. Right now, the A's trailing, though, 4-2 as Muncy to lead it off against Koji Uehara. He is the closer. Uehara had to work for the save last night, but he was able to pick up the save, his 12th of the year. He's got a couple of blown saves, and the count 1-1 to Muncy. A's have 5 hits in the game. They've stranded 7 through the first 8 innings. And Uehara is the 5th pitcher in the game for the Red Sox. Diaz now in left field, and Castillo is in right field, so Hanley Ramirez is out. Swing and a miss.
Now you got to be concerned about the old split.
There's Sneak Castillo. So very good defensive outfield now for the Red Sox. Max Muncy today has struck out twice and hit a fly ball to right field. He checks his swing. Canna to follow, and then Sogard for the A's. Got him swinging. 87-mile-an-hour fastball, and that's the 10th time an A's hitter has struck out today.
Well, he stayed hard, too. He did not go to the splitter, which is a little surprising. Looked like Muncy might have been thinking about it, but he just kept getting fastballs.
So it's got to be frustrating, Ray, for a hitter to swing and miss at an 87-mile-an-hour fastball.
But that's the difference of being able to think about something other, like the splitter, that you don't want to swing at a bad pitch, but especially fastball that's up, and be a little bit more aggressive.
First pitch to Canna, runs inside. Canna with a home run in the 7th inning. That made it a 4-2 game. So he is 1 for 3 tonight and 2 for 7 in the series. Right in there for a strike. There's that 87-mile-an-hour fastball again.
Well, it's coming into the game after pitching last night where he threw a lot of splitters. And today, maybe just trying to mix it up a little bit, figuring they are going to be looking for the splitter, throwing more fastballs.
And there's another one. Could be playable. Castillo coming in. It will be playable. Shallow right field toward the line. 2 outs. So that's a good call by you, Ray. Now you're seeing all fastballs.
Exactly. And Swihart did catch last night and called a lot of those splitters, and maybe himself just trying to mix it up. Twilight a little bit, maybe difficult to pick up the ball. So he is trying to do what he did last night, do something with 2 outs and try to make it interesting.
Sogard 1 for 3. First pitch in the dirt. That was not a fastball. So Uehara goes for a little walk, hits the rosin bag. Holt, the third baseman, in at third, and there's a strike. Floated that one in there, and the count 1-1. A's post-game live coming up after the final out. Make sure you join us tomorrow for the final game of the series. Our coverage starts at 10 o'clock. Just missed low, 2-1. Grounded toward Pedroia, backhands, Double clutch, throws in time, and that's how the ball game ends. So it ends on a pretty smooth play at second base by Dustin Pedroia. And for the second game in a row, the Boston Red Sox defeat the Oakland Athletics.
Well, Pedroia looked like he double clutched a little bit, but got it out in enough time to be able to make the play, and has a strong arm. He's healthy, and it's showing in the way he has been performing in this series.
So it took 3 hours and 10 minutes in front of a sellout crowd at Fenway today. 36,713. And the final score, the Boston Red Sox 4.